Hi everyone, how you doing? So today we are going to go and we are going to move some plants. I need to move some hydrangeas that aren't doing well in the front yard. And then we're going to plant some Asiatic lilies that I've been meaning to put in for a really long time and haven't gotten them in. And then finally, we're having a cold night here and probably tomorrow night too. It's going down to +3. So I need to cover plants and roses. So I'm going to share this journey with you. So come along and let's get this stuff done. So this is the Limelight that I needed to plant, and I lost my video footage on it before I put it in the ground, but it was the Limelight that I got on sale, and I only paid $10 for this, you guys, so really good buy. So I got this in the ground, and I'm quite happy with it. You can see the other one right here. I've already cut it back, and this will be cut back once it's done blooming, but it's just too pretty right now for me to cut back. I think that's a really good spot for it right there, because I'm going to line the hydrangeas all up in here. I think that's a really good spot for them, and that will help fill in this area. Now let's go move the firelight hydrangeas. Okay, this firelight hydrangea here has not done anything at all. It is not loving it here, so we're going to move this one and two other ones. You can see the one right there, and then there is one right over there. So I'm going to quickly dig those out because I'm losing light, and we'll plant those. Here are the three firelights. They did not do well in the front yard for whatever reason, so I'm going to put them in here along the edge of the shed. I've already dug the holes, and we're going to get them in right away. It's evening here, and geez, our sun goes down so early now. So that's why I am moving so fast to get these in before I lose light, so I can show you what I am doing. But hopefully they'll do better over here. I think this is a good spot. They're going to get a lot of water over here, and they should be happier. And plus they'll help fill in the hard structure with some color and foliage. All right, here's the firelights. I have planted them all in a row here. I think they should do really well here. They just, I don't know, like my hydrangeas have all done really well in the front yard, but these ones, they just kind of sat there dormant. Now, maybe they're a little slower to put on foliage and growth, like maybe they're more of a 3-year kind of hydrangea, and then they take off. But anyhow, they're moved here, and I will water them in, and this area is probably going to get a good mulch up and a good cleaning out as well. It's a bit wild in some of the areas over here in the cottage garden section, but you can see it's starting to fill in and come together. These are the red-orange Asiatic lilies that I got a while ago. I've been slow to get them in. I paid $2 for them, and they're a nice red-orange. They're called Lilium Matrix. That's not really a name. I think that's just, yeah, whatever. Anyhow, they're a red-orange, plain old Asiatic lily. Nothing special about them. We're going to plant them in. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them in the ground, and then I'm going to sprinkle pepper seed around them, because I had a container of these on the deck, and something dug up the bulbs right out of the pot on the deck. So that would be the squirrels. So we're going to do some prevention here, and we're going to put this around to cover that off so we don't have that issue. And this is just chili pepper seeds. All right, there are the three lilies in here. They should have a nice contrasting color with the hydrangeas when they're in bloom. I may have to move them later on when the hydrangeas get big. They may flop over them, but I think if I put some sort of staking system in here with these hydrangeas, that there won't be any issues, and we'll have that touch of color. So now we're going to add the pepper seed. So I'm going to take this pepper seed here. I'm just going to sprinkle it around the base. Whoops, wrong plant. Oh, we all have our days, don't we? And that should keep the squirrels away from them. That's the hope. I think I have enough to do all three of them here. This is powerful stuff, so it should deter them. This is just leftover powder that I had. Pepper seeds, I should say, not powder. Just make sure I don't rub my eyes after doing that. Okay, so you can see they're sprinkled there, and there, and there. So that's a good job done. We'll come in here and plant some more stuff. So these three pots here, with the frost potentially coming tonight and or tomorrow night, I want to move them onto the deck and get them out of here, because it's just too much of a hassle coming back and trying to cover them. And I can cover all the dahlias with a big sheet to protect them for tonight. So I've got my trolley here, and I'm going to put the pots on there, and then I'm going to haul them over to the deck. Okay, so I've consolidated all the dahlias here. Now, I want to show you guys something about the dahlias that I haven't probably shown you before. But we've had some +4 Celsius temperatures, and you can see what a +4 here will do to branches on a dahlia. You can see the frost spots here. So you can imagine what a 3 is going to do. It's going to crisp them up completely. So I have to cover if I want them to continue blooming. And they have been such reliable, good plants that I want to keep them going, because we're going to get 2 days of cool nights, and then it's going to warm up again to like +6, +7 at night. So our nights here on the prairies get really cool really fast. Like it's cooling down already. It cools down around supper time, and then it continues to cool for the night, and then it warms up to, you know, in the 20s during the day, maybe even 30s. So I want to look after these guys, because we could have a couple weeks of some really nice weather. And they have been such good plants and so reliable, and they've taken so much abuse from me, because you know how I like to hack them down and things like that. So I want to treat them right, and I've been debating on whether I want to save the tubers, and I may actually do it. I do like the colors in these. You can see these flowers are quite small now, but I do like the colors in them, and I do like the reds. I'm not sure about the purple because they're so darn small, and that's this one right here. So I'm not really sure about that one, but I think it's worth considering saving, because it was a beautiful lavender. I just wish the flowers were bigger, and I did have been pinching it back and pinching like the 2 flowers off the stem around them, like this one here. I'll show you. Like I've been picking these ones off right here, these secondary flowers right here and right here, that come up alongside the bigger bud, and then let the bigger bud have all the energy so you get larger flowers. But that hasn't worked that great for them. So I'm just going to go over here and pick this one off too. So, but that usually does work, and you get the bigger flowers. Like for instance, this one here is getting nice and big because I picked those side shoots off. You see, it's one on a stalk, except for this one, which somehow I missed. Dang it, or this one would have had more energy going to the main flower. So that's usually what I do, and it works really, really well. Like here you can see I've already been in there picking off, and we have more side shoots coming here, but I picked up extra, removed the extra buds. And for some reason I can't talk today. So it has worked really well. You can see here, like you have 3, 1, 2, 3, which is what you normally get. And then I would go in and pick off the extra ones. In this case, since this one's doing so well, I should remove the middle one, you know, and just take them off. And then you get larger blooms. And that's usually what I do. Same with this one. You can see we have blooms there, and I should take that off too. So that's how you get the bigger blooms. But it did not work on the lavender dahlia for some reason. It's worked on every other one I've done, but not that one. So very, very strange. Not sure why. But, you know, that's why I'm debating whether I should save it or not, because it really didn't flower the way I wanted. I mean, I wanted those big decorative flowers. So I don't know, maybe I should have planted some dinner plate ones. That was my usual go-to all these years, but we'll see. There's always next year to try different varieties. One thing I want to say too is when you're fighting frost, and it's this time of year, like we get on the prairies, and it kind of ends our season way too soon. You don't want too many pots to be having to haul around and group together to cover. I mean, otherwise you're covering individual pots. So that's a key for when you plant your plants, or as the fall comes near, you want to combine them together, and then it's easier to manage them as well. Because it's a pain in the butt, you guys, having to cover plants. If any of you have ever had to do this and protect your plants, it is a pain when you have a lot and you're running all over and trying to protect them. And then you're in a windy climate and the wind comes up and, you know, it lifts your cloths and everything off. So you have to stabilize those cloths to cover them properly. So this will definitely take one sheet here to cover them all. So I'll do that. I like it in this area here on the deck too because it's close to the house. So you have some protection from the eaves here on the house, from the soffits and fascia and the overhang on the house to protect them a bit too. They're just a little more sheltered, so this is a good area for them. So thank goodness this is all I have for dahlias here. And don't they look gorgeous all combined together? Like all this massive green foliage. I love it. It just looks sweet. So yeah, I think they're worth protecting. So I've covered the dahlias now. I just use old painting sheets or whatever I can find for covering plants. I use these in the spring as well. So here are the dahlias all covered. You can see here too, I have covered up the miniature roses. And once again, I'm using old sheets and blankets I've had for years. I've used some paving stones on the edges and pieces of old wood fence. It's nice to keep some of that miscellaneous stuff around, like old fence boards and stuff, because they really do come in handy for covering the plants. So the miniature roses are all covered. They did handle the +4 temperature really well. They're pretty tough little plants, but just to make sure, because 3 is getting a bit colder, I want to protect them and give them a chance, because I just got an update in the weather forecast and it's going to be 5 tomorrow night, so that is okay. So it's just tonight I need to cover, and maybe we can keep them going for a little bit longer and enjoy them. And I want to protect them too before they get frozen, like before they get a really super hard frost, because I don't want the plants killed. So I need to be able to mulch them up before that happens too. Now let's go around and have a look at what I covered in the front. I'm not covering the pots in the driveway. We're going to wait and see what happens with them. If I lose the coleus, then so be it. It's a chance you take. But it's like one of I need to cover there, and I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to hope the trees and stuff and parking the work van there will help. Same with the cosmos. I mean, that would be brutal to cover them up. Hopefully they can stand it. They are very tender though, I find, with cold weather. So you never know about them. But look at how glorious they are, you guys. Tons and tons of blooms. They just took off in the past day. Like, they're just wild, crazy, and gorgeous. So I really don't want to cover them because it'd be too difficult and I'd crush them. I covered my pots on the front step, so they're done. And then you can see here I covered the 2 window boxes right there because those do have some tender plants and I want to decorate them for fall. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely a cool night. The wind has picked up. If it clouds over, we might be okay and the plants will be okay. It won't be quite as cold. But here's hoping for good things and that the plants can carry on, especially these gorgeous cosmos that I'm going to leave you with at the end of this video. How beautiful they are looking and how abundant they are. They're just crazy. So thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up and all those great things that YouTube wants us to do. And I will see you guys in the next one. And geez, I hope my blankets and everything hold with this powerful wind. I might have to come out and check them in a bit. Thanks everyone. Take care. Bye.